In the last episode, my daddy messed the video up, so we made it without recording the video.
Yes, so we've had a few goes at this one. Hi everyone, welcome. I've got a little tying friend here with me today. I'm going to teach him how to tie the Shipman's buzzer, which is this fly here we've got in the vise. So yeah, the Shipman's buzzer. It's a buzzer pattern as the name suggests. It's the last stage of the midge sort of pupa stage. What you do with these, this is just fished like a dry fly. Gink it up and it sits in the surface fill. And the trout will come up and engulf it. Takes are quite positive when this happens. You cheeky monkey. So we're going to tie one of these up and I'm going to show you how to do it. And you're going to learn something as well, aren't you, James? Right then, good. Nice little double act we've got going today. So you want a size 12 midge hook. This is a Kamasan B400. Nice sort of bronze coloured hook, and again it's a fairly fine wire hook. So it'll float. If you get too heavy a hook, you can keep these up all day long and it'll never float for you. So, hook goes in the vise.
Yep. Just
clamp that up.
We need that one.
So this is your thread, isn't it, James?
I was just holding that.
Yeah. So we're going to put our tying thread on. You can see how we're winding it round.
Yeah.
That's good. So, how far do you think we need to go? We'll go down to just above where the barb, the pointy bit on the hook is. So that's there. And the scissors. Right.
That's what you use for cutting.
Yep. Right. And then you need some of this stuff. So this is flat white antron.
Yeah, I was just playing with that.
And this is going to make the breather tubes for the fly. So what I'm going to do is cut about a 2-inch section of that.
I can just see it on the fly.
And we'll cut a bit longer than 2 inches.
Video.
So yeah, we're going to just do a pinch loop there, trap it in position, couple of locking turns, and then what we do is sit that flat with the hook, and we're just going to do some loose, fairly loose turns, just to lock that flat to the shank of the hook. Just make sure that it's on top of the hook for that top section. Just do 2 or 3 more turns there. So this bit is basically what we're going to do to form a body. Now we've got that antron caught in, we're going to work our tying thread back down to the base, touching turns, just forming the body of the fly. If it doesn't cover all together, it doesn't matter because we're going to put some dubbing on in a moment. What we're going to do is dub this with seal's fur and then counter wrap with some tinsel. To add some strength to it and a bit of flash. And subject to flash, this is our rib material, it's called flashabou. I like it because it's very light, and of course this is going to float, so you don't want a heavy wire tinsel, you want something that's going to not impact on the buoyancy at all. So I like flashabou. It's basically a mylar film coloured in gold. So all I'm going to do,
yeah, on that fly, if you look really closely, you can actually see the gold on it.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a pinch loop there, just to trap that in. Make sure that it's trapped down the base near where the antron is. Lock it in place.
Lock it.
And we'll just trim off the excess for that. So that's ready. So we're on to some dubbing. So as I say, I like to use seal's fur for these. It's very buoyant, it's quite scruffy, it traps lots of air. So what I'm going to do...
And these even float.
Yeah. We're going to stretch this out, aren't we, James?
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is spin it around the thread here.
Yeah.
So we line that up. And then we pinch really hard.
I can see.
You can see me twisting it.
Yeah.
So what's happening here is it's forming what's called dubbing, and that basically traps these fibres to the thread and allows you to wrap it around the hook like a yarn. So as you can see now, look, it's just starting to get caught up
Yeah, it looks like you're making a wire.
Yeah, I'm just going to get it to the top there like that.
And then you wrap
it round twice just to catch those first few fibres in. And
that
then it makes
like
it much
it's good.
Yeah, it makes it much easier to make it into a bit of a rope look. And you see how it's all spreading out now?
Yeah.
I've got a bit much there in that clump, so I'm just going to pull. Right, so now our dubbing's wrapped round our thread. We've got that nice scruffy yarn going on. Start at the bottom, just where our antron is, and then we do fairly close touching turns with our thread, working our way back up towards the head end of the fly. You can see we've just about got a bit too much there, but yeah, you want it nice and scruffy. This is going to be a floating fly, so it needs to trap lots of air. Doesn't matter that there's all these guard hairs sticking out. So what we're going to do is just do a couple of turns just to catch that on, and then we'll do our rib. So we counter wrap our rib material the opposite way to the dubbing, pull in tight through the seal's fur, nice up and close up to the eye of the hook, and I'll give that once more up to the top. And then a couple of locking turns just to lock everything in place. We can trim the excess off. And what comes next, James?
What comes next?
Yeah. We've done all the hard bits, so we have to do something called a whip finish. So this is to basically lock all this in place so it don't come undone. Right then, so we do this 2 times. Once, twice, 3 times around. And then pull tight. The second time I'm going to put a little bit of varnish on here.
Yeah.
Just to cement everything in place.
I know whose that is.
Whose is that?
Mummy's.
Pilfered. I stole this out of Mummy's nail varnish drawer, didn't I? Yes, yeah. Don't tell her. Right then, so yeah.
Don't you tell it in the comments.
Yeah, about 1/2 inch of the tying thread, I've just put a little bit of that varnish on. And then we do another whip finish. Once, twice, 3 times around. And then finish that off.
Yeah.
So that's the main fly tied. So the last step is to trim off these breather tubes. So yeah, I'm just going to use the actual point to the curve end of the hook as a measure for how long I want these to be. So trim that one end and then the other. Make sure that's nice and tight so I don't end up with any uneven lengths. There we are, there's one errant fibre there that just needs trimming off. You can tidy some of these guard hairs out, give it a bit of a prod with a bodkin if you want, just to make it a bit shaggier. That looks pretty good to me, so we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Have you learned something, James?
Yeah.
Good. Right then, so thanks for watching, guys.
And then remember to subscribe and to make sure you hit 100,000 likes and put in the comment if you like fishing. And turn on the bell.
Yeah, turn on the bell and you'll get a notification every time that I do another video.
I don't prefer gold, I prefer diamond.
Yeah, you've got expensive taste, haven't you, James?
Yeah.
Right, well thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
We've had a lot of fun, so I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.